When I left my high school back in 1995, I had absolutely no qualifications whatsoever. The teachers there instilled in me a belief that I would never ever amount to anything. And so I believed them, when you're that age, when you're impressionable, when people of high social standing like that tell you things such as this, then you're going to believe it, aren't you? So I left high school thinking I would never get a job, I would never own a car, let alone drive one, and I'd always be on the dole. And some of the teachers in my high school, Ysgol Dyffryn Ogwen in Bethesda, North Wales, they would have no qualms inflicting mental abuse towards kids like me simply because of our upbringing, and I was brought up in abject poverty. Now, the teachers in my school, the so-called teachers, they prefer to concentrate their efforts on the kids with connections, the kids whose parents had well-paid jobs, kids with parents who had high social standing. It was pretty horrific stuff. And believe me when I tell you, these people who still live in Bethesda, they're horrific human beings. They're all snobs, they're completely up their own arses, using the local rugby club as a stranglehold on the locals, but that's another video for another day. And so evidently I didn't go on to do my A-levels. But those who did, those who were told openly in the classroom in front of people like me that they were going to do the A-levels and they were going to do better in life than people like me, they're no better. And some of them I've learned have gone on to have degrees, university, and piles of debt which they couldn't pay back because they couldn't get the job which their degrees promised them. And so they're living in social housing with loads of kids, and some of them are single parents and they're struggling. And they've been struggling for years. One golden boy, whom the teachers really doted on for some reason, he ended up biting the ear off some victim during a pub brawl and ended up in prison. At least 2 or 3 of them are now drug dealers. One has died of a drug overdose. But most of them who went on to have A-levels and degrees, they stayed in that shithole called Bethesda. And they've been nowhere and done nothing. Whereas all I did one day was walk past the Army Careers Office and my life changed forever. I've been to every continent in the world except for Australia. I had a great time in Ulster, Northern Ireland, where I took part in riot control and operations. I walked around the streets with a loaded fucking rifle. I've commanded soldiers in Iraq, and it was basically 8 years of fighting, drinking and womanizing, and making great friends, which I still have to this day. I've been to Buckingham Palace and Downing Street when Tony Blair was in office, and that's thanks to my army exploits. I've done nearly every adventure training course imaginable. I've gone skiing, kayaking, jumped out of planes, mountaineering. I've rode horses. And when we were on exercise in Kenya, we just decided there and then to go on a makeshift safari, and safaris cost hundreds of thousands of pounds to the ordinary punter. And yet we all just hopped into an 8-tonner van and drove around the Hulu. I managed to see giraffes, an angry elephant, and a couple of lions being chased with spears by the natives. It was all good fun. Who can say they've done that? And then after 8 years doing that, I joined the prison service where I really learned about life. And now here I am at the age of 44, living in Buckinghamshire, driving lorries less than part-time, because I don't need the money thanks to an army pension. And I also do YouTube for fun, where over the course of 2 channels I've amassed over 60,000 subscribers and followers. So if you're watching this and you're a youngster and you're worried about your A-level results, don't worry about it. I am testament to leaving school with absolutely fuck all, not a penny in my pocket, and I think I've done rather well for myself. And for those of you with A-levels and degrees looking down on people like us, so you can remember shit, so fucking what? But I promise you this, you probably have the common sense of a box of sugar puffs. Going to university and having all these qualifications certainly doesn't give you superiority over the rest of us in any way possible. Anyway, that's my video. Hope you like. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until my next video, take it easy and Roger Trout.